Hey guys, WhiteHD here, coming at you with the 5th episode of Quest for Success, my FIFA 14 Ultimate Team journey. And as you see on your screen, we are selling on the 4-3-3, the 4th version Liga Portuguesa side. It was a very good team, but I guess I just got bored of it, and I wanted to create something new. And instead we come up with this 4-2-2, I guess a bit of a hybrid, but really it's just Brazilian Liga Portuguesa side, Brazilian Liga do Brazil players on the left, and just a Galatasaray team on the right, giving each other good chemistry with Yilmaz and Wellington up front. And the first game with this team we come up against a 4-4-2 BPL side with Boney and Dzeko up front, so I was expecting a lot of crossing, but he didn't cross as much as I'd expected him to. Instead he scores this very nice finesse with Dzeko in the 73rd minute, just 3 minutes after I managed to score with Yilmaz. But we managed then in the 90th minute to score a rocket with Felipe Melo, the Brazilian CDM, who's such a good player for his price, just a very, very solid CDM. One of the better ones I've used so far. But I think this gameplay is, or I know this gameplay is pre-patch, so scoring finesses and that is was significantly easier than what it is now. But still finesses are very overpowered, I feel. But we are now in the bronze tournament with bronze MLS team, and we pick up a free kick just outside the box, and then Joseph there, our big boy centre mid, manages to convert that to make it 1-0, and then Kalen Carr is poaching around the box, manages to pick up the ball to make it 2-0, and he's also him who puts a nice little through ball to Garcia, who paces through and puts that around the keeper to make it 3-0, and then Kalen Carr again just slows down in his run, and the keeper is sliding into no man's land, I guess, and we make it 4-0. But then rather surprisingly he manages to make it 4-1 there with Tracy, and to make it 4-1, but we come back with a rocket into the top net, and then Garcia finishes it nicely into the bottom far corner to make it 6-1, and that is also how the game ends. But instead we go into the quarterfinals or right after that game we go into the quarterfinals of the Bronze Cup, again with our bronze MLS team, where it's our only bronze team we have, and we come up against a nice 4-2-2 French bronze team, and I wasn't really sure what to expect because there were some non-rare players, but every now and again there are some gems who are non-rare with solid pace or solid strength or something like that, but that didn't seem to matter right there, as Kalen Carr paced through to make it 1-0, but off a corner in the 47th minute, I believe, he managed to make it 1-1, and then he scores there. A nice little finish to make it 2-1, and I was getting slightly worried because I thought he was a good player, so I wasn't sure if I would be able to break back. But Obakop, the left mid, who's 59 rated, but something like 72 dribbling along with 83 pace and a very nice left foot, manages to equalise to make it 2-2. Then the 89th minute, Riviere, the guy who scored beforehand, manages to make it 3-2, and that also wins the game for him. But then we go into a game with the 4-2-2 gold hybrid team, and we come up against a very, very nice 4-3-3 Premier League side with Hazard, Infum, Lukaku and Mirallas up front. Belgian triple, I guess, and he cuts in with Hazard, and I didn't really know what to expect there, but instead he goes for a finesse and it looks very nice, but he manages to score to make it 1-0. But there, just before halftime, Wellington cuts in with some step overs to equalise to make it 1-1 in the 45th minute. And it was a pretty boring game, not much happening, a lot of passing in the middle. I did have more shots on target, so I felt maybe I deserved to be in the lead, but whatever. But there in the 117th minute I was really annoyed as Lukaku manages to make it 2-1, and as you see here in the game stats, it may be hard to see, but I had 10 shots on and then 7 on target, whereas he had 8 shots and 3 on target, so I felt it was really unfair that he went away there with the win. But instead we come up against a 4-3-2-1 BPL side, again another Premier League side, and this time he had Remy up front who managed to score there in the 45th minute. And then, I don't know, I think I was away from my controller, or I must have been away from my controller right there, as Sinclair makes it 2-0 in the 87th minute. and because there was no defending on my part there at all, and we lose that game 2-0, which was very, or not unfortunate, but yeah, it's a shame. And then Yilmaz just wasn't working for me. I don't know what it was. He does have solid pace and solid strength and solid finishing, but he just wasn't what I wanted. So instead we just went out and we bought the legend himself, the beast, Didier Drogba. And on his debut from a corner, he manages to make it 1-0 off a nice little heading. Just doing what he does best, and he's just such a tank in the air. But on a corner from the other side, Dede, who has now been completely nerfed from the overpowered self that he used to be, with only 68 pace now compared to 90. But that didn't seem to matter there, as he scored to make it 1-1 off the corner. But Wellington went through there and made it 2-1. And instead Drogba beasts through there, shoots, and then the rebound is put away nicely by Wesley Sneijder. And with this team, sometimes when I felt it wasn't really working out for me, I switched to a 4-2-3-1 in game, put Wesley Sneijder as my cam, Drogba as the striker, Wellington as my right mid, and then Diego Tardelli as my left mid, and that seemed to work every now and again. And that game ended 3-2, by the way, as you saw. But here we are just trading with some simple silver BPL players, along with this Michael Swell, who we managed to pick up for 5.3k, and we are looking to put him up for, I think, something in the 7k's around, which is a nice profit, even after tax. So yeah, maybe 2-ish k, something like that. And I picked him up on an open bid, which I was really surprised about. And yeah, you see we put him up for 7.1k, and Grant Holt sells instantly. But we go back later. We don't go back later. We open up our season ticket pack, where we get nothing apart from Felipe Santana, who sold on later, which we'll see in the next episode. But that was the end of this episode, guys. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe. Look out for the next episode, and as always, peace out.